How about that White Lotus finale?
Didn't watch it. Did all the bad people get to be awesome?
All the bad people.
All the bad people? Oh.
The murder guy got cucked like he wanted.
Oh, good for him.
What's this?
Oh, that was the book I was reading.
It used to be.
Oh.
Now it was the book I'm reading.
It's good. It's genuinely uncomfortable.
The international sensation about a dystopian world in which humans are being processed for food and society is divided into predators and prey. I've seen Zootopia.
Ah. It's just one of those great books where the inevitable happens at every step. So you're just like, yeah, no, this makes sense. Don't like it. Don't like this. Don't like that. Don't like that either. Could they have happened any differently?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Not really.
Oh, God, we've got dog ears in chat.
Get them.
Get them. Mods.
I haven't dog-eared a book since elementary school.
I dog-eared papers to keep them together when I didn't have like a
stapler?
a stapler.
Yeah.
I have found one of those the when they print the books, sometimes there's a bit that's dog-eared that has the extra page height. It doesn't get
yeah, it
trimmed.
doesn't get trimmed correctly. Right, yeah, like it's almost like the trimmer folds it instead of trimming it.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
You get a special surprise of a
Just like,
long page.
yeah. Yeah, no, don't like those. What else? What else was I going to say about it? Nope, ran out of thoughts.
So
Just
how about
nothing in
that
there.
Yellow Jackets finale?
Also, I haven't seen it. I need to catch up with it. Yeah, I've heard very good things about Yellow Jackets. It's another show where everyone's awful, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This season they've introduced Hilary Swank as an adult lesbian.
I like those.
She's Melanie Linsky's ex.
Oof. Do they know who the beast in the woods is yet?
Frogs. It's frogs.
Is it frogs? Mm-hmm. Sick. I also like frogs.
Sorry, spoilers. It was frogs the whole time.
Cool. The only show I've watched recently has been Severance, and I enjoyed being vindicated on the whole, like, my approach to Severance was that it doesn't really matter what the numbers mean,
No.
or what they are, and people were treating it like a mystery box show, like Lost, and it's like
I love the
don't-
obsession with the goats.
Yeah, like what are the goats for? It's like, well, the
What are
goats
goats ever for?
Yeah, they're clearly like
Yeah.
whatever the sacrifice is. It's clear that the goats are being raised to be sacrificed for things because of the way in the first season the guy who's feeding the goats reacts
Yeah,
to
they're not
literally
ready.
any other human,
Right?
right? Like this is the only kindness in this place is what this guy is doing to like feed these goats, and like he's going to protect them with his life if necessary.
I'm happy that season 3 got like immediately funded, confirmed, like greenlit. Like it's like Well, we're watching the finale. Oh, the next season's coming? Cool.
Yeah. I just liked, once again, the Orphic myth remains undefeated. But who was Orpheus? It's like, it's, I hate to hand it to him. I hate to hand it to him because he's, as it turns out, a piece of trash. But what's his name from Monty Python, who directed good movies?
Terry Gilliam?
Terry Gilliam. Terry Gilliam's the Fisher King, where they're both the Fisher King and they're both the Grail Knight, right?
Yeah.
Severance rolls around and they're both Orpheus and they're both Eurydice.
Turns out.
Yeah. Also, marathon trailer. That was kind of cool.
I am happy to hear that you are interested in it.
Yeah.
I have dealt with so much negative backlash that I don't even comprehend.
Yep. Yeah. Like the amount of people who are like, Bungie has personally attacked me by making this into an extraction shooter. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah. Now we just have to find out if it's good.
Yeah.
Bungie.
Yeah. Like, if the game is good, that would be nice.
That would be nice.
I mean, okay, I posted this on Blue Sky, but like, Bungie has done nothing but step on rakes in terms of business decisions for like the last 30 years, right? Like, just like, how are you still going? How are you still? Everything you do is wrong.
The number of
the reason you're
people-
still going is because you keep making the best action games in the world, right? Like, it would be so much easier to hate on Bungie if Destiny didn't feel so good to play.
Just
But-
every time someone I know gets hired there, they're like, I can fix her.
Yeah, it's like, no, you can't. No, you can't. No, you won't.
They all go in there, they're like, this is what the problem is.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
and Bungie's
work
like,
on the sandbox team, and I'm gonna fix the combat so that it works for Destiny 2, and then
yeah, and then somebody's like, no, we're not going to be doing that. And like, am I going to step on the marathon rake? You bet your crisp buttered ass I am.
not only does Bungie step on rakes, Bungie provides rakes for you,
Yeah,
the viewer
they
at
sell
home,
rakes.
to step on.
Yep.
Also, thank you, viewer at home, for your support at patreon.com/loadingrun and then the store.loadingrun.com, which is currently offline.
Yep. You can go to store.loadingreadyrun.com for a place where you, for a slight change in your regular life, cannot engage in commerce.
Yeah.
It is for now a refuge, a commerce-free refuge. Doesn't that sound nice?
Yeah, somewhere to go to not spend money. Like the park.
No, you got to spend money at the park on ice cream.
It's across the street from the park.
I
It's a
suppose
long
so.
walk. Like,
One can
I
just-
gotta go all the way across the street.
Lay down in the park until you become the park.
Then you find a wet spot left by a goose.
Okay, my partner has geese that are used as guard animals on her farm. Yeah, they're very aggressive. They're very good at like chasing off rats or raccoons. But you know, it's springtime, so there's a goose orgy occurring all the time. And they've been laying their eggs, and ravens have been organizing to steal the goose eggs.
Ravens have been up to some business this year. I have seen just seagulls and crows chasing them out of the downtown.
Uh-huh.
Like, this isn't your territory, ravens.
Yeah.
You came to the wrong town.
I have seen crows escorting a raven away.
Yeah.
Like just two crows flying like in formation with the raven, and then 2 more crows taking turns diving at the raven, being like, faster,
Yeah.
faster,
Yeah.
faster,
God.
keep going.
And then it's like
Keep going.
north of Pandora's Grackle territory. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's bird anarchy out there.
Bird turkey.
Aviarchy? No, that
Ian,
would be
Ian calls
ruined
it
by.
Ian calls it Nest Fest.
I suppose so. I really enjoyed Ian's formulation of bird calls as being either, if you can hear this, you are on my lawn,
Yep.
or who wants to rail me?
Yep.
Those are the 2 forms
are
of
the-
bird calls.
Except for chickadees.
Oh?
They will give a little bit more information about the size and number of predators.
Oh. Well, that's clever.
Yeah.
I did not know they communicated that. Cool.
And therefore other like flock birds hang out around them.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they're just always posting?
Yeah.
Cool.
Just like, wow, we only have yes and no, and you have 5? Like, what?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The you have like 4 owl.
And then
Cool.
the crows come and they scream at the owl.
Huh.
I hate owls so much. Owls, eagles, other corvids.
I like the purity of an eagle's existence as being basically a blood-seeking missile.
Raptors are all stupid.
Yeah.
AF. They're all
Yeah.
baby.
Yep.
And we have bald eagles here, and they're just a nasty fish bird.
Yep.
They're just so stupid and so gross. Majestic.
Yep. Noble beast. Noble beast. And then yeah, gulls. I hate gulls so much. I still think of the time that I was walking down the sidewalk and it was kind of a crowded sidewalk and I see a seagull like dive and then start flying axially along the sidewalk and I'm like, uh-oh. And I step aside
Yeah.
just as it releases payload
They do.
and I heard screaming behind me.
One time, I was with Serge and Joe.
Uh-huh.
We were down by the wharf, and there were a flock of seagulls at the other end of the parking lot, and we were sitting kind of on some concrete barricades. And Joe was getting antsy, just like those seagulls they're gonna poop on me.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
probably. Yeah.
It happened. Just the flock took off in our direction, and just one of them just splattered. Just a wide berth. It got all 3 of us.
Oh, I hate that. Because, like, man, their diet, if you think your shit stinks, imagine that you ate literal trash. Like the kind of stuff that you have decided must leave your house. I don't think gulls are animals so much as they are portals to the dimension of fetid shit.
Yeah, it's like raptors again, like eagles and stuff have pretty rancid shit as protein eaters.
Yeah, yeah.
Even humans can smell nasty with certain diets. My shit's fine. But seagulls, gulls, they eat the fishes.
Yep.
So it's sea protein.
I was in a van with James, and a seagull shat on the windshield.
Yes.
And for one thing, it was loud. Because it's just like, I don't know how many
Is it hailing?
Yeah,
Did someone
it was
throw
like-
a baseball at the car?
Just like, slam! And then, like, the scent came in through the 5 meters, man. 4.
Oh no!
It was,
oh
yeah.
no! My
Oh.
worst vehicle air duct. Mouse had died in the ducts.
Oh.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Rip.
Yeah. Hot dead mouse.
Hot dead mouse. It's just like, do you remember the movie 2010, The Year We Make Contact?
No,
It was the sequel to 2001.
I've read the book.
Yeah, yeah.
Good old Lucifer.
And there's like a moment in the film where they have the Americans and Soviet astronauts have crossed from the Leonov, which is the Soviet spacecraft, to the derelict of Discovery.
Yeah.
And they've like, they've gotten it repressurized, and the cosmonaut is like, okay, well, it's, there's
Definitely not haunted in here.
Yeah, there's oxygen. There's enough oxygen to breathe. It's cold, but like, I'm Russian. I'm a tough guy, right? And he like, under medical supervision, he raises his visor, and is like, there's an odd smell in here, and then he like figures out what he thinks it is and slams it shut and tries to like run away. He's like, no, man, like. And John Lithgow, who's playing the American astronaut, is like, no, there are no bodies here. There are no dead bodies here, right? It's like there's food in Discovery's galley that went off before it froze up. None of the astronaut, like, we know that they ejected all the bodies into space.
Sure.
Yeah.
Except for sneaky ghost Barrowman, who's like, I'm just gonna put some dust in here.
Something wonderful and smelly. But yeah, and for the rest of the show, like, or for the rest of the film, Discovery smells bad.
One of the, maybe we need smell-o-vision. Maybe we should have invested in that.
Not with the shows I watch.
Terror.
Could you imagine needing to reload
Alien.
your television with scent cartridges like it was a printer?
TV's low on stink.
Yeah. It needs more, like, cadaverine.
Oh, and then the capsules always get leaky. And
Yeah.
then you've got cadaverine all over your hands.
Yeah. No. Ugh. Ugh.
Butter acid is such a friendly sounding name for
Yeah, and possibly the most foul-smelling thing in existence. Although, I mean, like, probably the most accessible foul-smelling thing. If you've ever been in an inorganic chemistry lab and you've ever worked with, oh God, is it the pnictogens? Sulfur, selenium, like all of those compounds, they're described as like having a metaphysical stench.
My mother has told me a story about being in a science lab in high school, and they were doing work on esters, and someone dropped and spilled the cabbage esters. So that entire wing of the building smelled like cabbage.
Man. What a fucking pain. But like, okay, imagine those. But like selenium compounds and yeah, tellurium. Like they are
selenium like Head and Shoulders. Like, what does it smell like?
selenium smelled to me like tellurium is kind of like garlic, rotten garlic.
Okay.
Selenium is like
Rotten garlic.
it was like it had kind of like a fishy odor to it,
Okay.
but just extremely potent.
Like seagull shit.
Kind of. And then there's like the stuff that you can make in a biolab, right? When you're working with E. coli. Like E. coli is like your body has developed in such a way to detect the presence of E. coli, right? And like make E. coli smells like something that you have evolved to find repellent at great urgency. Like it is extremely important that you like not only not put this in your mouth, but like not be near it. And you're going to have all kinds of sensory apparatus dedicated to ensuring that you can't do that.
But what about my intrusive thoughts?
No bueno.
What if you're one of those super smellers?
Then I imagine life is extremely unpleasant. I sometimes wonder if like our pets just experience an infancy of like traumatic sensory overload.
I assume so.
Like, you know, you're a cat, you can detect certain scents at like with exquisite aptitude, or your hearing is very, very good, right? And then somebody turns up Iron Maiden, and you're functionally deafened, right?
It's like I can hear if a TV's on, so I can only imagine that any household with like USB hubs or just air conditioning is intolerable.
Unbearable. Yeah.
And yeah, let alone the flashing images we put on the screens that don't play at a usable frame rate.
Yep. Yeah. They just like make no sense to you, right? Like I imagine that at best they look like that AI version of Quake 2. Right? Where
Sorry,
there's just,
no,
like,
now I'm just thinking it's a good thing we don't have anal glands like dogs.
accurate. I do not want any kind of anything that can result in needing a medical procedure called having your anal glands expressed.
Or just getting so itchy that you just have to drag your ass.
Like I don't ever want to get my ass clogged. That sounds like it sucks.
That is a thing. Getting you ass clogged? Constipation?
Sorry, officer, never heard of it.
Would that be a new washlet attachment? The enema attachment?
I think our
Or does it just have like fingers for expressing your
in my experience, our washlet already has that setting. As it turns out,
Someone keeps putting the power at the bottom and I need full blast.
as it turns out, from my experience with the washlet, whose use I endorse, I have a perfectly median asshole in regard to its XY placement on the grid, because that thing fucking nailed me. Yeah, it was like the end of Star Wars. I don't even know like what to tell you. Oh God.
So you were doing the trench run.
It was doing the trench run.
I gotta say, I probably have the longest pelvis of all of the female members because there's a distance and it's just not. It's disappointing. I came here to have fun.
I didn't come here to make friends. I don't know. This thing doesn't have a clean your ass entire ass setting. This thing has like a CNS pressure cutting setting.
Yeah, it's like. It does have move mode, so
Like it will raster across your entire ass?
Yes.
spelling raster with 2 S's, I guess, is what we're doing here. The higher end models have a radar system, so that's always on target.
What's the...
Like, you would need millimeter wave radar, right? Does your phone ring when it goes... Like, suddenly the radio next door goes off in static.
Finally a Unis for the Connect. I'm just thinking about like the iPhone's face mapping stuff where it like projects little IR dots. This thing's got like 4 cameras.
Or it's like in Space Battleship Yamato, where they have the coincidence rangefinders, and it's trying to line up the images so that they overlap.
You know, yeah, Arbiday could use like an armrest with some knobs to twiddle.
Yeah.
Just be like,
Or just like handles. Like a friend of a friend who was a machinesmith or a machinist, and he made a plate for the toilet with 2 handles on it for him to put his feet on. Like just a flat steel rectangular plate with 2 handles on it. So, you know, you could like really bear down.
like how astronauts.
Yeah. Such a man. I would follow such a man.
I don't know. Seems like he might be busy a lot of the time.
No, he solved that problem. Just like the vision you would need to see the solution.
This is like the burn after reading chair that George Clooney made.
Oh, God. Like the rocking chair.
The rocking chair with a dildo.
That thing seemed to have too much power. I'm not an expert in this, like, in any way. But, like, that rocking chair seemed to hit awfully hard.
Deep. Yeah. No. I mean, is it genius to dare to such great depths? I've seen people do stuff with a reciprocating saw that I do not recommend.
With, like, a gas pedal.
You need some torque.
Jesus.
Or is this a segue? Yes, today we're playing From the Depths.
To the depths.
Inside and outside the depths. The depths and breadths.
Ad Astra per assholes.
Ad Astra.
Ad Astra. Ad Astra per, yeah.
There's an Applebee's on the moon. And that's where the movie stops.
Thanks for joining us on Talking Sim, everyone. This is our last stream. I can see I'm being called into the office right now. Anyway, Marathon looks cool. I like the part where the dude got shot.
In the head?
And the anywhere, really. I liked also the reveal of, well, not the reveal of, but the continued teasing of the compiler, aka the SFIT.
Spit.
SFIT.
I watched Mickey 17. The man being shot reminded me of
I need
Mickey
to see
17.
that. Is it in theaters?
Not where I watched it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I love Robert Pattinson's little stupid Muppet voice, and it's one of the better Nausicaas.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of wish Avatar was more like it. Really.
Yeah, I mean, I wish Avatar was kind of like a lot more things, really. Like, Nausicaa.
Yeah. But yeah, Mickey 17, it's no Parasite, but it
Okay,
is fun.
good. Like maybe that director is a bit like the Coens, where he makes like No Country for Old Men, and then makes like a Big Lebowski,
He's
and
been
then
he's
makes
been
a Serious
joking.
Man, and then makes like another comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh he's been saying that he will never be able to make a musical because the parts where people break out into song don't make sense, but he's also said that he would love to make an Alien musical. Like the Alien
Like the
franchise,
huh
but a musical. I would let Bong Joon-ho
make an alien
make
musical.
anything, really,
Yeah,
frankly,
yeah,
but
like fuck it. Yeah, you can't do worse than what they've already done to that film, like to that monster.
yeah.
Like, I feel that I am one of the few people who didn't like Romulus.
It was fine.
Like, it was fine. It was just fine. But it was like so desperate to be reverent.
Yeah.
Like, why did the android call the alien a bitch? Why did he do
Because
that?
they grew up watching Alien movies.
This is my thing. What if all of those lines that they keep repeating in alien movies, like "Get away from her, you bitch,"
Yeah.
or I forget what the other line drop he had was.
Oh, it wasn't like a I have a bad feeling about this or like a
What
five
if
by five or
Yeah.
nuke it. That's the only way to be sure or something like that.
What if Ripley is just quoting a film she saw before going into hypersleep, right? And everyone is like, "Damn, that's an old ass movie to be quoting." Right? And this android is just quoting the same thing, right? What if this is all like diegetic to the film?
I like it. I would watch that movie.
Yeah, I want to know what these quotes are all from, because it seems unlikely to me that they arrived at them independently. Yeah, it's like Ripley quoting Bridge over the River Kwai, or something like extremely obscure, like she's quoting the Mosquito Coast or something, right? Long forgotten Harrison Ford dramatic breakout role, the Mosquito Coast.
Oh, I still haven't seen. It's not Harrison Ford, but Descendants. I keep remembering. Yeah. Anyways, we can't land here. It's bad country. I thought you would like this game.
I'm looking forward to this. Honestly, it sounds like a fun concept. I want to build ships and then see them combat each other.
Yeah.
And like looking at the banner image on Steam, it looks like we've got, is that Gneisenau? Scharnhorst on the left?
I mean,
And then we've
Uh.
got like this. I want to like this mass structure. I want to say is German, but like with the forward rocket launcher here, or is that a rocket assisted torpedo launcher?
I don't think we're restricted to ships
Fair enough.
or spaceships
Well, yeah, because we got like
or
we got
cars.
we got Fat Amy over here, and then some kind of sail, Age of Sail, thing
Yeah, some sort of.
with like a carronade. Anywho,
Some of the comments in the reviews say that they did an update for the camera and it's kind of effed with everything.
okay,
So this game has a not a learning curve, a learning cliff,
okay,
and there is an RTS element and a campaign,
okay.
but you can do just the building.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, okay. FTL Kestrel Cruiser from from FTL. A longbow guided missile cruiser. Looks like a evolution of the Tycho. Or no, this is a Tycho Flight 3. with the VLS cells fore and aft. Rurik.
Let's get the game audio on too.
Oh, right.
Maybe there's dramatic. Warhammer
Warhammer 40k. I believe that is a Gothic class cruiser with the 4 lance batteries.
I think you'll find it's the Event Horizon. I built this ship. Don't ask me what all the spikes are for.
Huh. And the Vistat class heavy cruiser. Interesting. I wonder if it'll let me build Rodney. Which is low-key my favorite warship.
Just called Rodney.
HMS Rodney. She was a treaty-era battleship with all of her turrets mounted forward.
Which treaty?
London Naval Treaty, Washington Naval Treaty. So she was like very efficiently designed. Well, I mean, like Rodney over Nelson, yes, because Rodney 360 no scope Bismarck.
Let's get the game down a little bit. Just a bit.
Create profile.
Welcome to basic training, soldier. Unfortunately, there is no time to delay as enemy forces are approaching.
This is like me doing
We're
the
going
voice
to get
acting.
you acclimatized to your camera, familiarize you with the weapon control of this forward operation base, and have you defend it from the incoming Deepwater Guard Air Force. Press W to move forwards. Press
Ooh.
S to move backwards. Press A to strafe left. Press space to lift the camera. Press left Alt to lower the camera. Master the camera controls. Press Tab or left click on the outpost to switch to Construct Control Camera. In Construct Control mode, your camera orbits the construct. You can drive and fire the weapons of the construct from this mode. Driving will be covered in a later tutorial. Multiple camera options can be added and adjusted. Go back to free cam by pressing numpad 0 or tab. The camera has 2 modes, mouse look and mouse cursor. I've put you into mouse look mode. In mouse look mode, there is no mouse cursor and the camera is directly controlled by moving the mouse. I've put you into mouse cursor mode. In mouse cursor mode, you have a mouse cursor and can interact with the UI. Rotating the camera in mouse cursor mode is done by holding middle mouse button and moving the mouse. You can aim vehicle weapons, pick friendly vehicles to control, and drive friendly vehicles in both modes. You can practice switching between the 2 modes now. I've put you into mouse look mode. To show the mouse cursor and access lots of different options, you can press mid-mouse. This is also very useful in build mode. The mouse cursor is present. You can actually still move the camera by holding middle mouse button. This actually activates mouse look in any user interface, which is a great thing to remember. Whilst we are here, let's use the extended HUD to pause the game by clicking the pause symbol on the left, or pressing F11.
It's up there.
Okay, now we know where these extra options are. Let's unpause and continue the tutorial by clicking the icon again, or pressing F11.
Ugh.
Okay, let's disable the extended HUD and hide the mouse by pressing middle mouse button once more.
That all
Ensure you have
makes
selected
sense.
the AA Fortress Outpost. Click on it to select it, or press numpad 1 or numpad 3. Let's move the pivot point of our camera higher by pressing space. Move it up to be as high as the point indicated by the glowing marker. If you go too high, you can press left Alt to lower the camera. Let's save this new pivot point by pressing Ctrl plus Tab. Don't just press Tab, as that resets the pivot point.
Whee!
You can zoom in and out around the orbit point with scroll up and scroll down. Zoom out to an orbit of 50 meters.
I think you can use the mouse wheel.
You can enter vehicle weapon control mode by pressing right mouse button. Let's test fire the gun. Look out towards the horizon and notice the gun follows you. Press left mouse button to fire the gun. The enemy is approaching from the east. Let's use the turret on this fort to destroy those aircraft. To kill the planes, we just need to look at one of them. A lock-on crosshair will appear, and hold left mouse button. Keep shooting until it's destroyed. You can aim in either mouse look or mouse cursor mode.
She's dead, Jim. Oh, not yet. Fancy flying.
Well done.
Yay.
You have learned the basic controls and have fended off the Deepwater Guard attack. This
Did
will
I?
surely not be the last of them, so we need to get you prepared for battle with your own ship. In the next tutorial, you'll learn about using your deployable Rambot avatar suit.
My
In this
deployable
tutorial,
ramp.
we introduce the Rambot avatar. He has his own weapons which, along with his life support system, are recharged by Hearthstone blocks. He is usable
This
in
is
most
some
game modes.
profously
So the avatar
2011
knows
ass
where to
music.
spawn.
What?
You select the airship by clicking on it and pressing numpad 3 or numpad 1. Spawn the avatar by pressing shift plus G. In most game modes, he will spawn in the chair
Yeah,
with
I
a
love
selected construct. Complete the following steps without falling off the airship or down the ladder into the ammunition storage rooms. Press space to jump up out of the chair. Press W to move forwards. Press S to move backwards. Press A to strafe left. Press space to jump.
There's
Press
mannequins?
camera controls.
You could put little fake mans on your boat.
You can.
Are you gonna fall through the platform?
Possibly.
Oh God. I feel like we're installing a bootloader.
Move the camera 25 meters from your player's body. Press tab again to cycle through the views until you are back in avatar camera. The avatar has a range of weapons he can equip by pressing Z to bring up the
This is
camera.
already extremely
Do
overwhelming.
this now.
Yeah.
Assign the SMG to the toolbar by clicking the SMG icon and then clicking on an empty slot to close the character sheet.
Baby.
Q?
Use the number keys to equip the SMG. Hold left mouse button to fire the SMG. You'll notice your energy level, highlighted in red, is decreasing as you fire the SMG. There's a Hearthstone block
Fat
on the
bullets.
airship that will recharge your energy level. Without a Hearthstone, you'd never recover this energy. Jump off the airship and into the water.
Oh. Here we go.
Avoid the propellers.
What happens?
Yeet. Oh, I made a
Your
mistake.
avatar will run out of energy when away from a friendly vehicle and will die. Let this happen.
No!
Speed it up by firing the SMG, but below 20% energy, weapons no longer work.
Gotta die fast.
Oh, I hate this. I hate
Will
this.
Respawn in the chair of the airship. Press Shift plus G to respawn. You can enter vehicle weapon control mode by pressing right mouse button. You will no longer be able to fire your SMG or use other avatar equipment. Let's test fire the gun. Look
Oh.
out towards the front of the airship and notice the big gun follows you.
Yes.
Press left mouse button to fire the gun when it is able to aim.
We will accomplish man's dream since the dawn of time.
Boom. No? No. Oh, there.
We've mastered the basics just in time. An Onyx watch vessel has been spotted. The enemy is approaching from the north.
Oh no, the nerf.
Let's use the big gun on this airship to destroy the galleon of the Onyx watch. To kill the galleon, we just need to look at it. A lock-on crosshair will appear, and hold left mouse button. Keep shooting until it's destroyed. Your airship's AI will keep you pointing in roughly the right direction.
They're shooting at us.
Well, we want to aim at the water line, right? In order to
You know, I think.
strike at the ship's citadel.
Yeah, I think it might fake a bit of it for us once you have the crosshair up. Yep. Killing the galleon. Certainly wouldn't have made sense to give it less health at all for the tutorial.
The Avatar has the ability to capture enemy vehicles when their AI mainframe is destroyed. Let's see if we can find another enemy vehicle to capture. Oh look, there's one over there. Pound that galleon until the AI is destroyed, and then I will command the airship to fly over it. I'm marking the location of the AI mainframe you need to kill.
Oh.
Try to leave something left to capture.
I'm already feeling extremely overwhelmed, and we're on step 2 of the tutorial.
Oh, yeah.
Why would anyone build a galleon when you can build this?
Your flying death ship?
Yeah.
Nostalgia?
Maybe?
I assume the numbers at the top are the damage. The
Or is that our health? No, that's the ship. Nightingale, 77%.
oh, going down. Can you get closer?
Not really.
Oh,
Like, I can zoom in a bit.
it's trying to be stealthy.
I feel extremely bad about this.
We will simply sail under the water.
What is happening?
It's down there somewhere. Oh, it's coming back.
Okay.
It needs air, you know? Woo!
What? No, we missed. You know, I'm sure this game is very nice. But I can't say the experience so far has been great.
Ooh!
Oh.
No!
Oh.
Oh boy.
Don't like that.
Right mouse to give guns to AI? We could probably just skip this and go to build mode. Tutorial stuff. Escape? There you go.
Build mode.
Return to main menu. Frowny face. Oh, well, yeah. I was saying the tutorial for build
Oh,
mode.
okay, yes.
Probably. But, you know, maybe we can figure it out. Learn to play. Build your boat. The third tutorial.
Now that you've learned the basic controls, it is now
Have we?
time to learn how to build a basic boat. This tutorial will cover various systems that have not yet been mentioned, but all that will be explained in detail in later tutorials. You may notice the metal and wood platform here. It will be our floor upon which we will build the boat. By the end of this tutorial, you have learned about holding a craft in place, using mirror mode, and constructing the basics of a small missile boat. We're going to do some building now. From the Depths uses a novel, keyboard-based building approach, but it also has the more familiar mouse-based building options as well. We always recommend using keyboard-based building, but you can tap F3 at any time to swap modes. We're going to swap you into keyboard-based building now and begin. The instructions will describe everything you need to do to become a master builder. If you cannot manage a step, please press enter to have it auto-complete. The hull. Let's start by building up a watertight hull. We'll construct the sides, front, and rear with some beamed wooden blocks, then add some corners to the front to help shape the boat. Enter build mode by pressing B. Hold the vehicle still by pressing caps lock. Cycle a central mirror on by pressing Alt-N.
Central mirror
Open
on.
the inventory by pressing E.
Oh, so you can have, like, symmetry.
Yeah.
Select the flashing red tab. Select the flashing red block.
A beam.
Move the marker into position.
Just use your keyboard. Yeah.
Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block.
Left click to place the block.
Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E.
How does one destroy a block?
Left.
Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position.
Oh, yeah.
How does one revolve the block?
Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position.
Space.
Rotate the marker.
Tab. Ooh, W.
Left click to
Yeah.
place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position.
Gotta go back.
Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block.
We did it.
Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Close the inventory by pressing E. Move the marker into position. Move the marker
No, wrong
into
one.
position. Move the marker into position.
Yeah.
Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position.
Can you
God.
stop
Move the
yelling at
marker
me?
Into position. Left click to place the
All right.
propellers and rudder. Now we will place propellers and a rudder onto the hull for propulsion. Select the flashing red tab.
Water.
Select the
Propeller
flashing red
square.
block.
I know we're just
Move
into
the
this,
marker
but
into
I would like to
position.
take a break.
Reasonable.
So we're going to play an ad, and we'll be back shortly.
Rotate the marker. Left click to
No,
remove
I
the
broke
block.
it.
The wrong block has been placed. We must remove it.
We must.
We return. Nice. Move the marker into position.
Moving the marker into position.
Left click to remove the block.
Left
Move the
click
marker
to move
into
the block.
position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block.
Left clicked it. Oops.
Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position.
There.
Rotate the marker.
Right?
Move the marker into
Yeah.
position.
No.
No, my God.
We must
What?
remove it.
If only we
Move
could
the marker
see.
into position.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, there's an arrow pointing to
Front?
Left click to
Towards
place the
enemy?
block.
Towards
Move the
front.
marker
Okay.
Into position. Open the inventory by pressing E. The wrong block has been placed.
It wants
No,
it wants the
no,
rudder
the
there in
rudder.
the middle.
Inventory
Yeah.
by pressing E.
Not just all
Select the
speed.
flashing red block. Move the marker into position.
All right. All right. It's got to be tall.
Rotate
Okay.
the marker. Move the marker into position.
Why are the things rotating?
This is one of the most hostile gimbals I've ever seen.
Rotate the marker. Rotate the marker.
We gotta
Move
go
the
down?
Marker into position. Move the marker into position.
No,
Move the
why?
marker to
Why?
Left
position.
alt to go down. Right? Yeah. 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 Oh.
The wrong block has been
No!
placed.
Why is it the wrong block? Why is it the wrong?
Move the marker into position.
But yeah, I'm doing what you told me to do.
The wrong block has been
Why?
placed. We must remove it. Move
Is it
the
upside
marker
down?
Into position.
Is that the bit that attaches to the boat?
QE.
QE. The Canadian version of Bluey.
To place the block. The air pump. We can make the hull
The air
watertight
pump.
by placing an air pump. This will help keep the boat floating higher. When constructing larger hulls, you may use many of these in compartments of the hull. Move the marker into position.
And not just construction
Left click
workers.
to place the block. Time to take control. With the basic boat parts constructed, we will place a ship's wheel so that we can control the ship with our avatar. Select the flashing red tab. Move the marker into position. Left
Move the
click
marker
to place
into
the block.
position.
Don't forget the chair. It's good to have a chair available close to the ship's wheel so that you will not be thrown around while in combat. You can press
So you
Q
can
on a
keep
chair
an eye
to
out
set
for
your avatar
drowning
in that
swimmers.
chair. A basic engine. Now we will build a simple engine to power the propellers. We will go over engines in much more depth in future tutorials.
Fuel
Select
engine.
the flashing red block. Move the marker into position.
I never would have guessed. Oh, yeah.
Rotate the marker. Move
Oh,
the
it's
marker
telling you which way
into
to
position.
swoop it.
Rotate the marker.
A and D.
No. Oh, yeah. That'll get you there. I think.
Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block. Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker.
Yeah, it wants-
Move the marker into position.
Oh. Oh, God. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, 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 no. In the spot. In the spot.
Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing
I
red
would benefit from some
Rotate the
theory of
marker.
propulsion at this point.
Why do we need a carburetor?
What does the carburetor do?
Left click to remove the block. The wrong block has been placed.
No.
We must remove it. Rotate the
A
marker.
B. Wait, it wants you to do the W or S.
Left click to place the block. Rotate the marker.
Oh,
Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E.
what's this?
Select the flashing red block.
Where is it? Oh, behind
Close
the
the
text.
inventory by pressing E.
Just one tall pipe, please. It,
Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Don't forget the fuel. What good is a fuel engine without fuel? Let's
What?
place a few fuel pellets to supplement the fuel engine. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position.
just get down. Just get down.
Rotate the marker.
Is it away or towards? Which way is the horse facing?
Left click to place the block. The missile battery. It's time to add weapons.
Great. Now all we need are some VLS cells.
Provide some armament for this boat. Missiles are compact and can fit in small designs, so they are excellent here. We will go over missiles.
What, now that we have a watertight hull, I need you to add the battery of Rim 6 Flight 3 interceptors.
We're gonna need an N2.
Missiles.
Controller? What are we? Battery.
Missiles are...
Does it care? Does it not care?
Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block.
Why not just
Left
turn
click
mirroring
to place the block.
If only I could read.
Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block.
Why?
Move the marker into position.
What are we connecting it to?
What is the...
What? Can you not get down? Why is it like this?
You would think if its orientation has changed, then...
To place the block.
Why doing
Open the
same thing
inventory
do
by
different
pressing
outcome?
E.
Why do?
Why?
Left click to remove the block.
Why?
Use the missile launcher.
Remove the block. Open the inventory
Medium.
by pressing
Medium missiles.
Close the inventory
I only
by
want
pressing E.
medium-sized
Rotate
missiles.
The marker. Rotate.
No room for cream.
Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position.
Why do we turn
Left
mirroring
click
off?
to place the block. Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E.
Gantries.
Select
Medium
the flashing
gantry.
red block.
What is
Left
that for?
click to
What does
place
the
block.
gantry do?
Left click to place
Wait,
the block.
gant
Move
gant.
the marker into position.
I think it's like a sled
Left
for.
click to place
Okay.
the block. Move the marker
So the
into
missiles go
position.
uppy instead
Move
of
the
just
marker
anywhere, I
into
guess.
I
position.
guess.
Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker
Sweat.
into position.
You would think if you are placing a block and you're like, okay, I placed a block here, I want to place the block above it. You
Yeah.
by elevating
It
it,
would, you know, maybe.
would just like
It would maybe
Z+1
It may
instead
be.
of like trying to project where
Y+1. Which way is Y?
Left click to place the block.
Okay.
Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position.
Way down here.
Rotate the marker.
Uh,
Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block.
I don't think we need to identify
Place the block.
friend or foe. What are you
Ammunition.
talking about?
Now we will place some ammo barrels.
Barrels?
and missiles to reload from. Cycle
We keep our
controller
missiles in
on
barrels?
by pressing Alt-N. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab. Select
Ammo
the
barrel.
flashing red block. Move the marker into position.
Uppy.
Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. So let's place a few material storage boxes. Materials can also be used by the avatar to repair the boat should it get damaged. Open the inventory by pressing E. Close the inventory by pressing E. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position.
Move
Adding
mark.
a keel. Our current boat is quite light and may not move in the water very well. The best way to sink the boat down without adding much weight is to use a keel. The deeper the keel, the less weight you need to bring the boat's center of mass down. For this boat, we'll be
Is
using
that what a
2
keel
small metal
does?
beams and a lead beam. Open the inventory by pressing
Or is that
E.
just how they simulate
Select
it?
the flashing red tab. Select the
I mean, that's kind of a clever way of
Move the
simulating the
marker
like
into position.
hydrodynamic effect of a keel.
It's like a
Left
rhythm
click
game every
to
time
place
you
the
wanna
block.
rotate
Left click
something.
To place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab.
Blocks. Lead.
Lead.
Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position.
Sure. I mean,
We're
like
just gonna dangle this heavy lead weight down here.
it's not like the stupidest way
Like
of
one of those
simulating. Like,
balancing bird toys.
well, like if you need to simulate hydrodynamics, you can either like get a supercomputing cluster, right, in an air tunnel, and ask Boeing for like time,
I
right?
don't know. The
Or-
PlayStation 2 looks pretty good.
Huh. Yeah, they resist lateral. Well, that's why they're under the sail usually, right? The keel is under the sail so that
They're just in the middle, aren't they?
well, like it's so that all the energy, the
forward.
sails capture is only really able to be transformed fore and aft.
Yeah, and you
Right.
don't want a keel for like rivers. You
I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah, you want like the flat bottom
Huh.
to avoid leeway.
Like I don't know how sailing ships work exactly. I have a friend who has a sailboat.
Tacking. I think it's called tacking.
Right.
That's how they work. Yeah, it is. The energy makes the boat go forward.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, the people who review this game on Steam all have obsessive tendencies, you say.
That's what they say. There's,
mean,
there's
that
people that
that
left
makes
reviews
sense.
that have like 700 hours in this thing.
I would believe it. Like, I think if you are of the type of person who likes this kind of stuff and can, like, you know, put all your time into the tutorial because you want to build Battlestar Atlantia and send it up against Bismarck and just see what's what, like, that's probably extremely gratifying, right?
Let's leave build mode.
Well done.
Goodbye.
Use the structure-based
Kaboom!
approach that can hold its own in small-scale combat. With time, you will learn to use more advanced shaping to create the hull of your dreams. In the next tutorial, we will learn how to control the boat and start to become a captain of the seas. Congratulations! This tutorial is now complete.
I don't want to.
Don't have to. Just go build stuff.
Do you want to try building stuff?
Do you not want to build more stuff?
I think I'm tired.
You're tired? We can just shoot the ship, talk about our feelings.
What have I done?
You hit tab to do camera modes.
Right.
There's a lot of buttons.
There are. This is like... This seems extremely powerful. I wish it told me... I wish there was a classroom, like a
Yeah.
lecture section for
There's-
this. for
There's
this
another
lab.
game on my list that I'm probably not going to have us run because it's a train board simulator. You have to like schedule train routes,
Oh, okay.
but it's a simulator.
Okay.
So it's just very technical. And I thought, since this is voxel based, that it would just be kind of like snap together.
Right.
I've played plenty of voxel games. You just have, cubes and blocks, and they go together and stuff.
Yeah.
We're not watching an hour-long tutorial.
I mean, this game seems
you, the
cool
Americat.
and like interesting, right? Like it seems like it's going to be intensely fun for a certain kind of person. I just find it exhausting. Like,
I had no idea you would have to put that many engine components together just to get a basic cube to float.
I mean, I don't hate that you do. I just wish I knew why I was doing it, right? Like if there was a lecture component to this course where it was like, okay, you're going to need a propeller. And what that does is it takes the energy that is generated by the engine and transforms it into like forward motion. But for that to work, you need to attach like fuel and like other engine components to it. And then you need to have like ways of doing things, right? And this is what all those components are. Excuse me.
I have a gun. I'm sitting in the chair. How do I take control? Right click? No. Toggle vehicle weapons, show mouse cursor. Am I just in it? No, that's just camera. How do I go from camera mode to driving the boat mode? Oh no! It's in with our other munitions! Where's the other one? Oh. What is... No, come on. One. What? It's gone.
Just the cut to like far away. Oh, cool.
And the other one just falls over. They had us build this where you hit fire. One goes up and one stays down.
I just enjoyed like being in first person mode and then you did something and you saw like the missile fire. And just imagine like it was doing the Cheech and Chong thing where they're in the car after they get gasoline.
Oh, that's where
And
it's
they're just...
going.
He's trying to light a joint and it's just like flick of the lighter, flick of the lighter, cut to outside the vehicle, flick the lighter, and then an explosion, and you see the mannequins inside the car. You need to change both missiles to the same. Press Q on the launcher.
Yeah. Ah! Is it the... That controller probably, right?
Yeah. This all seems extremely powerful.
If a parent weapon is destroyed, its children will sync to the grandparent.
Makes sense. Okay, all of these tutorials
Or
remind
it'll
me
end
a
up in
lot
foster
of
care.
The Missile Knows Where It Is,
Yeah.
which is an extremely good explanation of the way linear algebra works or vector calculus works.
Yeah.
If you already understand it, right? Like, by subtracting the missile's position from its heading, right?
That's vectors.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I get this. And if you don't know what those are already, then it's just It sounds like a fucking jazz drum solo. Um, but that the missile knows where it is actually a perfectly like fine description of some vector algebra.
No, they're both firing at the same time. Just one of them's tippy. The techno version of the missile knows where it is.
Like, I assume that all these tutorials make perfect sense when you no longer need them. But that, like, this is the difficulty of writing a tutorial when you're an expert, as you would be if you were writing a tutorial for your own game. I can only imagine what kind of torture it was for the person who made this game to write a tutorial for it. Having looked at the types of documentation engineers write for their own stuff.
How we make it go?
Yummy meow. Probably moving on to the
Netter. Oh,
shipyard.
yeah. There's mimics.
Uh-oh. Ooh, I love counter-rotating propellers on airplanes. Like the Supermarine Spiteful. It made me so sad to learn that there are numerous extremely good reasons why pusher-prop propeller planes don't exist in large numbers.
Rude.
Yeah. Because they look so sweet. We are on fire!
I shot the steering wheel.
Why?
Oh. Are we...
Yeah, the comment that games that are like this tend to have gotten like this over time, with an audience that has learned over time along with the game, makes a lot of sense to me. Right? I imagine that this is like perfectly reasonable if you already know how to do this. Yeah, the reasons you don't want pusher prop planes is because if you crash, then the engine, which is mounted behind the pilot, stops being behind the pilot and starts to being in front of where the pilot used to be. Right? Like the engine would just shear its moorings and go straight through the pilot on its way to further adventures. And then the other one is that if you try to bail out of the plane, you die. Oh yeah, I hadn't even considered that there's probably ways in which the tutorial has, or the game has changed since the tutorial was written. Right? Yeah, like with Paradox games. Iris.
Well, wait. Left control to drive? Oh.
Interesting.
All right. F. Press Q. Change from... Uppies! Release me! Do a barrel roll. Where's the parking brake?
So, like, you've got roll, you've got pitch, you've got yaw.
Yeah. Yip, yaw. We're not paused, right? We're not, like, attached to anything. Oh, is that tractor beam stopping us?
I don't know.
Yeah. Left control.
Hit F. The controls haven't been switched yet.
Ah!
Cool.
Oh God!
Okay.
All
All right, level her out.
I'm not doing squat.
Oh.
Oh, is it following my mouse cursor? Press left control to drive. Oh, I want to roll the other way, please. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we got that. We got R. Level, please, for the love of God. Let's maybe get some less gas. Where are we trying to go? Okay. Control tab. No, wait. Tab is different. Okay, that's fine. Whee! I'm shooting my own propeller!
Really? They don't have an interrupter
No.
circuit? Oh, that's your SMG. Right.
Is it? Oh.
It is your SMG.
I thought I was firing the guns. The gun guns.
The gun guns. Like, I could see how people would lose hundreds of hours to this game. Thousands of hours, even.
Into the sea. We're flying.
I mean, it seems like a perfectly fun little like building game, right? You can make little machines and then fly them
And then-
around and shoot them
there
at
it
each other.
goes. Goodbye, me. Goodbye.
The learning curve is impressive.
Glad I figured out how to release the parking brake.
Yeah, we found the depths.
Another successful episode of Talking Simulator. Yeah. Again, the comments also described it as a learning cliff.
Yeah. I mean, the last learning cliff game I think I played was EVE Online.
There's ways to implement your own Lua code to control your vehicles. Nice.
Yeah,
I saw
imagine,
someone mention breadboards too, which is like,
Really? Oh wow! Like you can get that granular with it? That's impressive. Like the community for this game must be doing some like assembly code stuff. I guess even beyond that with breadboards, right? If you're like,
I wonder what engine this is.
if you're programming your controls with breadboards, then reduction of repetitive noises.
What about the man telling you to place the block?
Place the block. Place the block. Move the
Doppler?
block into position.
Song hashtag.
This is cool. You can actually have your own music in
Mhm.
and then make playlists with hashtags. That's cool as hell. I love that.
Trail length. I only go to 1. Seagulls! Fixed soon!
Oh no. Until then, seagulls are maxed out. I believe we call that the amplitude.
Wave factor 4.
This game has PID controllers available, but the meta is to tune the PID totally incorrectly so that your plane moves wildly and unpredictably, thus making it hard to hit. So the meta is actually to make, like, aerodynamically unstable aircraft that are maneuverable.
Uh-huh. Tweak your UI. Built-in video capture. I wonder how big these files are. Buttery smooth. $41,000 megabytes. Stop recording.
How many gigs is that? Gigs? Son, these are 64 of God's own megabytes. Key-based. Perfected for this game.
That was based like other games.
Man. Wow. You know what? I love that for them. I love that for them. Like, if you're fucking around in this menu, I know who you are. There's only one kind of person who goes fucking around in the menus this deep and is just like, all hidden, re-enable all hidden key prompts.
Miscellaneous.
I need to go to this game's website and see if they've got a button at the bottom that says made in Notepad the right way.
They can't even their text. No. Oh, you can play with physics. I can turn gravity off just like in Cro-Mag Rally.
Netter settings?
That's the world name.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow, this game has been around since 2014.
It says 2014, but then,
Used until...
yeah.
Huh.
All right, let's see what stormy weather looks like. Where am I? Come on, Stormy.
I mean, the water looks cool.
Oh,
That's good water, actually.
Oh, it's so
Oh.
vertical.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, the height maps on this baby. No, get back down to the water. Yes. No, yes.
I am...
Oh, the perfect storm. Hello.
Those are...
That's
not what waves do, but I'm for it.
It's like mountains coming out of the depths. It's like a giant sinkhole. Oh no. No stalling either.
Is this Barents Sea weather, the Devil Risen? How robust is the fluid dynamic simulation here? Does it matter if you put a transom stern on your battleship?
I think boats go up and down.
Okay.
Waves are just like Berlin noise, right? Yeah, that's what I've always heard.
I love how the first thing this game tried to sell us when we opened the Steam store was the anime waifu avatar package.
Please, that's DLC number 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Grizzled Sea Captain's the first one.
Oh, okay. You know, for the dignified gamer. For the gentleman gamer.
Alright. Alright, I was trying to find...
Destroy enemy
Info.
vehicles. Well, that's simply the button I would click. Destroy enemy vehicles is every button when I game.
Why can I do this? Just
You know, the
why?
game gives you the tools
Simply
for an
why?
extremely powerful play experience, Corey. And here you are mocking them. You can modify this UI to be like however you want it. Someone's made a 0.
Seasonal Christmas planet.
It's snowing.
It's snowing. Oh,
It's a snowflake.
you're a snowflake. Use map better to make a planet. Do we want boards of the north and south?
Day-night cycle viewer.
Speed of time.
I love that all of these exist. I don't know what to do with them, but I love that this is here. Can you make a planet that is just like all of the spherical brain, the spherical harmonics? You know, the thing that atomic orbitals would be based upon.
Ellipses?
Well, the spherical harmonics were somebody wanted to figure out what waves would look like on a planet that was composed exclusively of water.
Oh.
Right? I think it was like, you know, it was a mathematician a couple hundred years ago, right? The spherical harmonics were just kind of
They
floating
used to
around
know
out
how
there.
to have fun.
Yeah, they were just kind of like floating around out there, right? It's just like, well, you know, depending on how much energy is in the system, right, the waves will get like into different shapes and they'll stabilize, right? And then as it turns out, that's kind of what you can use to think of the shape of atomic orbitals.
Let's just watch the eye catch.
Evie,
Jolteon, please.
I'm sorry.
Please.
I don't play
Sir.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's Santa.
Evie doing an EV.
Too high.
He's scared. He's scared.
Oh no!
Incoming!
Oh no! An enemy approaches.
2 o'clock level.
Whoa! My tracked mode.
I love the dubstep soundtrack.
I wonder if they have missiles. Oh no, there's so many ports at the bottom. Snowman?
Apparently. Like, if this is the kind of stuff you can make in this game, then, I mean, like, who am I to argue with it? This is potent, right? This looks fun.
Fun. Do we want to do anything else with our time?
I can't think of anything else.
I can't think of a lot of things.
Man, I try not to think of anything at all most days.
Yeah, let's do this. Stop watching the spinning stuff
Yeah.
orbits. It's what's for dinner. Okay. Ah, I can think again.
Move the block into position.
Left click. Place the block. The wrong block has been placed.
I do like the passive voice in the wrong block has been placed.
It
Rather-
became
rather than the more accusatory, you have placed the block in the wrong place.
also the wrong block. No, it was just sideways.
Yeah.
What are you, my mom? I should call my mom.
But it is here the passive voice does make for a gentle, less accusatory tone. For what could be an extremely, frustrating experience when you are first learning the game, which I appreciate. I see it and I appreciate it.
I wonder if the boys left UFO 50 installed. That's the wrong. We don't even have it. There it is. Yes.
C'est quoi ça?
Borrow?
Oh.
I'm not borrowing. From Adam. It was a thought.
Many apologies to anyone who tuned in hoping to see a virtuoso from the depths experience.
Talking Sim hasn't directly done Besieged. Alex has done bonus. Stoof. Like, I feel like we were in Moonbase, like Mark III when Besieged started.
Yeah. Alex and
Paul did a bonus thing
like
recently.
a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, for an anniversary on the game, like the 10th anniversary or something.
One game I'd like to tackle in kind of a long form is Marathon. Like, they're all free. I don't know if I'll do that here on my home stream.
I don't know. How did people... Okay, so...
Like, long form streams are tough, though.
Yeah, and what happens is, like, past the third stream, the viewership really takes a tank.
Yeah, because people, like, feel lost.
Yeah.
Right?
And so, with 1000 Times Resist, just so that we could get through it without getting yelled at, I staggered it out on the schedule. in the hopes that people would have time to watch the VODs if they were into that.
Right.
Is that something people were doing? Is anyone? This is the wrong place to. YouTube, YouTube, tell me. Iris of Ether did that. Okay,
Thank
okay. Watching the VODs as well. To catch bits. Yes, I promise to get the VODs eventually. Yeah, they're going to be there. That's it. It's not a big problem. It's just, it's a big time commitment to do it
Yeah.
like every single week.
And that, meanwhile,
through
other
a
games
narrative.
are like going
Yeah.
by.
So many games are going by.
People are making so many games. They're making so many games, and so many of them are good. It's challenging.
You're just sick today. It's okay, ultraviolet voodoo. It was more asking if it was a useful thing
Yeah.
that people enjoyed, rather than it's not your responsibility to
yeah.
watch anything that we do.
Please do not think of us as homework.
Yeah, hell no. Yeah, I'm a Twitch VOD watcher because I like to watch chat.
1,000 Times was just so good, though. What a great game. Wow.
We did a bonus stream of Indica.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be showing up under Talking Sim, but
If
that
you-
was a good stream.
Yeah. Content warning. This game fucks.
Yeah, and it's not as gruesome as I was expecting. The camera cuts away
Yeah.
for most of the stoof,
Yeah.
the dismemberment and whatnot.
But yeah, wow. Indica. What a great experience. Blueprints. Yeah, we were talking about blueprints before this.
Yeah, I literally this morning added it to the list.
A friend of mine was saying, like, she was playing it and enjoying it, and it clicked kind of like a couple hours into her experience that it was missed.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Point and click. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every point and click game is missed.
And that changed how she approached the game.
Right.
Right.
I think we got email from there's another point and click adventure series that's kind of pixely. Rue something. Like there's a newer game, but it's like the Rue Morgue or something.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know. I just got the joke of blueprints. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, right before you came into the room, that's what I was discussing with Matt. That it is a pun.
Terrible.
Yes, if you did not know that there's like room drafting and stuff.
I mean, that is kind of cool.
Gosh, what's the? Trying to think if I've heard any good puns lately. Because I like to kill as many birds with a stone as I can. So having like a double or triple entendre.
Ooh. I'm not very good at puns. I don't even detect my own puns when I make them, which is the worst.
A lot
Right.
of people, okay. So there's wordplay. Puns are wordplay. They have to rhyme.
Do they?
Yes. Or
Because-
it's not a pun.
I hate the one where people just substitute a word that sounds vaguely like the other word and call it a pun.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's
Yeah.
low effort. That is some weak shit.
I think the classic example is like taking Godzilla and turning it into Bridezilla is not in any way, shape, or form a pun.
No. Terrible.
It's not even an opinion that I have. That's literally the definition. Oh, I do like egg-corns, though. Those are good.
Eggcorns?
Yeah, it's where you mishear a word,
Oh.
like a damn squid or something.
Oh, okay.
So instead of acorn, you hear egg corn.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, and I love a
Yeah.
spoonerism for sure, for sure. Dane bread is a classic. I go there all the time.
Yeah, you pointing out, I guess, you're being shipped from Not a Drop to Drink, where Heather's character and the NPC were in the shipping
On the
container.
book. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was funny.
I am pretty funny. It's true.
And yet you never pun.
See, yeah, no, that isn't really a pun, IMO. Because it's funny, and puns suck.
Puns require an amount of English literacy on the teller and the listener. Because if only one of them gets it, it doesn't quite work.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, still just off gassing that game.
Alas,
Head full of cotton.
move the block into position.
Are there any good the parking lot puzzle games where you have to scooch the vehicles? I love those. They're very kinetic.
No, not a genre that I follow closely.
I don't know if it's puzzle games.
Puzzle
so-
games,
Yeah,
subgenre.
like little doodly boobles. Do people still make Sokoban games? All the time. Oh, for sure. There's some really cool ones coming. I have considered putting something like Steven's Sausage Roll on the stream, but I just don't want to get stuck. Sokoban games are block pushing games.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Well, do we want to wrap her up?
Yeah. Before I just become unconscious.
Yeah. That game took a lot out of me. I don't know why. But it was one of those experiences where you look at it and you immediately want to go back to sleep.
I think it was the noise on the UI and then the inconsistency in the display and then hidden interface things. Like some of the controls were undiscoverable.
Yeah.
Who uses caps lock? That should be
Yes,
illegal. That should
yeah.
be literally illegal.
Agreed. It just like it hints at having like that there is an undiscovered wonderland of fun in that game somewhere, right? If you can only get past the 1,500-hour learning curve, right? Then it's probably amazing.
I kind of feel that way with the original Kerbal.
Right. Yeah.
It was just like try, fail, try, fail, try, fail. And you have to be willing to stick with it so that you can abandon your Kerbals in space instead of just smashing them back into the landing pad or the
I could not play Kerbal because I hated killing Kerbals.
right.
I
They
just
just
like
feel they have like a family
yeah, they trust you for one thing.
and they're happy and they're
Yeah.
excited to go.
Yeah. They trusted me.
And then I'm just thinking about like I don't know the Mercury.
Just
I
like
don't know. Okay, I know why spacefaring disasters hit me the most, just because there's an inherent optimism in
Yeah.
space exploration and science stuff like that. And
yeah, and then you read about Apollo 1.
I try not to.
Yeah, and how the astronauts were like, "No, please remove all the plastic out of the capsule, please." And then it was all put back in. And then they would tear it out, and then they would put it back in. And guess who turned out to be right? You agree? What did Shatner say about space travel, Frame Shifty?
This is probably about his experience where he did actually go into orbit,
Oh, right.
and instead of it being a big, wonderful, space is amazing experience for him, he felt lonely.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he realized that there's nothing in space for us
Yeah,
and that we had to preserve Earth.
yeah.
Yeah. Which, yeah, man, that's true. This is as good as it gets right now. Like, we have, it's important what we got here.
You know, all of the stuff that we live with
Mm-hmm.
in our vastly complicated biosphere.
Yeah, we're already on a spaceship that's flying through the cosmos with a very intricate and poorly understood life-sustaining mechanism.
I just read a book that involved like an arc, space arc type thing with different sections that were just different biospheres that like scientists were in charge of balancing, and then the stuff started failing in kind of a chain reaction sort of way.
Terrible. All the poor little fuzzy animals. They don't know what's going on.
Water too acidic. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone loved The Expanse.
Everyone.
And then I was kind of like, I liked the first season, and then I started falling off on it. But I thought it had like one half of an extremely profound science fiction episode, which was Cascade, which was the episode where they were on Ganymede as the all the farms started failing, and the botanist who was along with them explained, what systems collapse looked like. And I don't know, I just thought it was like a very good explanation of that and how important it is for us and what happens when that occurs.
Thoughts on Silo/Wool? Have you read them?
I have not. I'm
I've watched the first season of the TV series too. I think I'm gonna watch the second one. But...
Right, Graham said I need to watch Silo.
Okay.
He saw it and said, I think this is your kind of show. You should probably watch it.
I think the book's better.
Okay.
I think kind of the description of the space they're in is a little more interesting because it makes the silo seem so much bigger, whereas it seems pretty small in the TV series.
Okay.
They're fun.
Okay. What is it about? Or is it the kind of thing where it's better if you don't know?
It's post-apocalyptic. These people live in a missile silo,
Okay.
and there's a punishment where they have to go outside to clean the glass that's on the viewing level. If they get, kicked out, and people end up just going out there and happily cleaning, and no one knows why.
Interesting. Okay. Is it on Apple TV? It's on a Plex server
It's on a
somewhere.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's on. It fell off the internet
Oops.
onto a friend's Plex server. I'm certain. I'll give it a shot. That sounds interesting.
So it's about kind of like the politics in the enclosed space, and then sort of in a Fallout way, trying to discover what the actual intent of the facility is.
Okay. I watched about 2/3 of The Rig, Galen Maestro.
I started watching season 2, and it's just
Wait.
like the budget just went.
They made season 2 of The Rig. See, The Rig, as I was watching, I didn't know there was a season 2 of it. As I was watching season 1, I was like, this is like an entire season of television about what happens before an episode of The X-Files,
Yeah.
right? And it mentioned Doggerland, which is something that I was on a kick on at the time. And I was like, well, this is kind of a bunch of my different interests aligning. It's a big industrial thing that's fucking up, and there's Doggerland involved.
The rig made me aware of how terrifying I find the ocean. Because, like, I like heights, but I don't like people out on metal walkways when there's big waves. It made me very anxious.
Yeah, that is scary as hell.
And then there's like mysterious illness stuff that's kind of, it's like people suffering I don't like. Season 2 takes place in like the Arctic. So it's just out on ice instead of
I mean,
on a rig.
on a rig.
Yeah.
I wish they had gone with the original intent with the Terror TV series, which was that it would be, again, an anthology series, but it would revisit the same geography every 50 to 100 years.
That would be so cool.
So, like, when Sir John gets put down the hole and he has that vision,
Yeah.
one of the things in his vision is clear ocean.
Right.
And that's supposed to be like from a later season of the show where he sees the Arctic Ocean free of ice.
Yeah. Yeah, season 2 was disappointing.
Yeah.
Like
Apparently they're
I don't mind, looking at internment as a
As a
source
horror
of horror.
series. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
like the immigration / generational trauma thing.
Yeah, like a friend of mine pointed out that the main character's name and his best friend's name are, one of them is,
Chester, I think.
yeah, Chester, and then Amy, right?
Yeah.
And Amy is
And I
already
think they
a
even
Japanese name.
they
right?
bring
Like-
it up in the show, like
Yeah.
why his name is different.
Yeah, which is that it's impossible for a native Japanese speaker to pronounce correctly. Right?
Makes him
Whereas-
fit in more with North
Yeah.
America.
Whereas his best friend has a name that makes sense in both languages.
And then he still finds himself grouped in with everyone else, even though he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good writing. That's interesting. I like that. But it didn't have enough of that IMO.
yeah.
Whereas, like, the first season of The Terror is all shit like that.
Yes.
Right? All shit that's, like, carefully composed and thought of. But apparently they're making a third season of The Terror now.
I don't know what the setting is though.
Me neither.
So I am afraid. Maybe it'll be about Sam Squanch.
That would be nice. Well, shall we wrap her up then?
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on this somewhat abbreviated talking sim. But, like, yeah, Sometimes you just don't click with the game.
And we didn't.
Yeah, that's okay sometimes. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you in the future.
Bye.